What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be repairing this cracked bumper and getting it back to its brand new condition. So without much more talking, let's get to it. Alright guys, as you can see, this bumper has quite some damage. It's completely ripped open over here. It has a good chunk missing over here. The split goes all the way over here. So we have quite a bit of damage over here that we need to work on. But before you want to begin any kind of repair on anything, you want to make sure the place you're going to be, or the item you're going to be working on is clean. And as you can see, this bumper is filthy. So we're going to take it outside, get it nice and clean, bring it back inside, and then start disassembling some parts of this bumper, because it is going to be getting paint after the repair is done. And we don't want the good parts or the parts that shouldn't have paint on them. So we're going to disassemble it. Have only the upper bumper piece and remove the lower diffuser or lower bumper, whatever you want to call it, and get it ready to get this work done. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you get notified anytime I make a new upload. Alrighty guys, we're back in the garage, and as you can see, the bumper is now washed, it's cleaned up, and you can properly see the damage in the working area over here. And over here you can see the extent of the damage too. So as I said before, the crack exceeds, or it continues to this area of the bumper. So in order to begin this repair, we're going to start removing things like the plate light, the rear view camera, all that stuff, the plate holder, the rear bumper, and all this other good stuff. We're going to start removing all of this and just have the upper bumper just by itself and begin the repair. Guys, as you can see, everything is fully disassembled from the main bumper. I have the lower bumper, all the lights, all that good stuff, everything is out. And on the inside you can see the extent of the crack. It goes all the way over here. So it's quite a decent crack, but it's very fixable. And then I'm going to start fixing. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it so you can do this if you plan on doing it yourself. So for this repair, we're going to be using this plastic welder kit. Alright, you can get this off Amazon or eBay. I purchased this on Amazon. I'm going to have a link in the description. Alright, so it comes with this plastic welding gun, some hot staples, and then some wire cutters, or what looks like wire cutters. So this is what I'm going to be using to perform this repair today. You can always use zip ties. I have used zip ties in the past for repairs like this, and it turned out good. I'm going to have pictures up here somewhere. There's no problem, but I seen this and I wanted to try it out and see what the difference is going to be compared to using this and using the good old-fashioned zip ties, right? So I'm going to be using this for the repair today, and let's see how it goes, because I've never used it before, so it's going to be your first time honest review about how this works compared to zip ties. We're going to use some tape and hold everything in place while we flip the bumper over and do the repair on the inside. Because we're trying to keep this place try to minimize as much work on the front as possible. So all this is all crooked. We're going to line the bumper 100% or as good as possible, and then tape it up so there's no movements, and then flip it around and begin the repair. Alright guys, as you can see now on the inside, all the cracks are lined up the way you would want it to be to do a repair like this. It's not misaligned anywhere. It's all nice and smooth. That is exactly what we want. I'm going to show you exactly what I intend to do for this area over here. But this is good. This is where the crack ends over here, and on this side too. So let's get back to it. Alright guys, so I have this set up to the area I want to start working on right now. Over here I have this open. I have the gun itself plugged in. It's heating up right now. And you have a little bit of instruction. I'm not really going to use it because there's nothing useful on here. But over here you have different style of staples, okay, for different areas. Flat spots in a kernel like this, you have something like that. So we're going to be using a variety of these staples to get this job done today. For flat spots like this, we're going to be making use of staples like this. Okay, so it goes in like this in here, and it secures it. So we're going to be using stuff like staples like this for this area. All right, now we have the staple in place. You can see it's heating up just like that. And then we're going to go in here. We're going to go a little bit outside the crack. Just like that. So I'm gonna continue all the way over here and fill out all these places. Alright guys, as you can see, everything is completely done right now. It has the hot staples in there, and I gotta say I like this better than using zip ties. It's quicker, you're not drilling holes into the bumper and fiddling around with the zip ties. This goes in nice and good. It's pretty sturdy, I gotta tell you that. It's quite sturdy, so I like that. So what we're gonna be doing right now is I'm gonna need to cut out a plastic piece that's gonna fit this missing piece from the bumper. I'm not sure how that happened, but it arrived to me missing. So I have a piece of plastic over here. I'm gonna, go in behind over here with this paper, trace it out to get the precise size, and then put that on here, do the same thing, then cut it up to fit, and then hot staple it in to make it one piece again. So I'm gonna do that real quick and cut you guys back on. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, that piece is fitted in there. It's nice and snug. We're not trying to fill the whole thing completely because we're gonna do some body work afterwards. Just to fill out that enclosure, and that's what we've achieved right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the staples and hold it in place again all around like this, and then it's gonna be secured, and then we can flip the bumper over and begin work in the front. Alrighty guys, as you can see, that piece is fully in place now. Everything is fully secured. So I'm gonna go ahead and snip out all this prongs, whatever you want to call it. The parts that are sticking out, I'm gonna snip it with the wire cutters that were provided, and then flip it over, and then look at the front. Alrighty guys, and just like that, it's all cut off, nice and good. I'm gonna flip the bumper over, we're gonna see what the front looks like, and go from there. Just like that, as you can see, with the tape removed, it looks pretty decent. We don't have the big gaping hole anymore. That's fixed. That's a very solid fix, and pushing it, nothing is flexing. That is very good. So now we're gonna get out the sander. We're gonna sand all of this down and get it ready to receive some body filler. Alright guys, so now we have the sander plugged in. I'm going 240 just to see what it's gonna feel like and determine if I wanna go deeper or more coarse, or if I wanna go the other way. So I'm gonna start hitting this with the sander and then cut you guys back on. Now that we have the surface roughed up and have 80 grit paper here, I'm gonna start sanding this because we need to put some body filler. I wanna get this as deep as possible so that body filler has the perfect adhesion possible. Alright guys, so when sanding, you want to go outside the damaged area too, because we're gonna be adding some body filler. So we want to go outside the damaged area to make sure we have a smooth transition, okay? And this is looking pretty good. A little bit more sanding, then we can clean this up and get ready to apply some body filler to this. Now that it's sanded, we're gonna clean the surface and get ready for some body filler. So today we're going to be using this Bondo Superior Gold whatever finish. I'm going to have a link in the description to this. It's an excellent, I've used this product before, that's why I keep using it. It has little fibers in it. It makes the repair very good. So we're going to be using this today. It's a two part. So you mix this and this, and then you apply it on the surface, let it cure, then sand it and get that good finish. So without much more talking, we're going to get back to it and finish up this repair. Guys, so over here, this is going to be my working station. I've just taped up the plastic container for the plastic welder gun, and this is the body filler we're going to be using, and here is the hardener. So I'm just going to get this set up real quick, get the body filler on here, mix it with the hardener. We're going to go onto the bumper and apply that. And now we're going to start applying the fully mixed body filler. You want to go light on each coat. You don't want to go heavy on the first one. Alright guys, we have the first layer of Bondo down. We're going to sand again with 80. Get it as smooth as possible. And then we'll go for the second layer. Alrighty guys, so after a few sanding and a few layers, this is what it's looking like right now. So the next thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna sand it a little bit more, hit it with a very light coat of Bondo, and sand it one more time, and then throw some primer down. And then I'm gonna use some glazing putty to touch up any low spots and any good stuff like that. So it's coming out pretty good. Very happy with the results so far. Without much more talking, let's get back to it and get this ready to get some paint. Alright guys, at this point the surface is clean. We're going to start taping it up so we can lay down some primer. Guys, as you can see, this bumper is fully prepped and it's ready to receive primer. Everything is smooth, the sanding went out good. There's no concerns right now. So I'm going to show you the primer I'm going to use to do this. I'm going to tell you the different options that are available if you want to do this. And let's just get this going real quick. Guys, very quick, I'm going to run through the supplies we're going to be working with today. Over here is the paint. It's a tri-coat, so it's 2 different colors or 3 different colors to make one color. And that's what we need to paint this bumper. We have lacquer thinner. This is for cleaning your paint supplies, like the paint gun. After each coat or after each different paint, we're going to clean it with lacquer thinner. Over here we have the clear coat. This is the final finish, and you don't want to chip out on this. You want a 2K clear coat to give you excellent gloss and the perfect finish. Over here we have the primer. It's a 2K primer as well. All of this can be picked up at the local auto shop or paint shop close to you. All right, the primer, this is the primer. It has a hardener, a reducer. You want this to get that perfect adhesion for a perfect foundation for your paint job. If you do not have a spray gun like this and you want to use spray cans, you can have the paint, the clear, everything mixed in something like this. You can mix it with the hardener to give you an equally good finish. If you want to get something that's already made, you can pick this up at any auto parts store. It's made by Duplicolor and it's made for each specific paint coat that's available out there. You go out there, you get your paint coat from your door jamb or from your engine bay, from the trunk. Different vehicle has it different places. When you get it, you go to the shop and you pick up the right paint coat for yours and you can spray it. And after that, you get some clear. This is a 1K clear. They also have a 2K variant. I do recommend the 2K variant. I don't have that because I'm not using it, but it's more expensive, but at the end of the day it gives you a better finish compared to the 1K. All right, so I do recommend the 2K if you're ever going to do this. So this is the supply we're going to be using. Without much more talking, I'm going to mix the primer in the gun. I'm going to lay it down and get that good finish. Very important, guys, if you're ever going to paint any 2K product, or as a matter of fact any paint, you always want to have a respirator. Save those lungs, guys. You only get one pair. Always use a respirator. It's cheap, $30-$40. You can get a good one. It's the best way to get it done. So just get one, very cheap, and save yourself the ham. Surface is pretty dry. Oh, it's pretty dry actually, so I'm gonna hit it with some 320 wet sanding grit so we can get a good finish. Alright guys, so after multiple sanding, you can see this is the final look. Right now I'm going to hit it with some glazing putty to fill out little holes like this and any little imperfection. So this is the best way to do it. Get some glazing putty, spot putty, and just let it go. Okay guys, so now that the glazing putty is dried, you can see what the finish looks like. I have 600 grit paper over here. I'm going to go ahead and sand it all down. Try to get that nice good finish because the next coat is going to be paint. So we want to get this as smooth and as good as possible right now. Alright guys, at this point I'm done sanding. All the ridges are down from the tape and everything from the work that was done. So I'm gonna wet this whole bumper and then I'm gonna hit it with some 600 grit on the DA and get ready to paint it. So I'm gonna sand everything down with some 600 right now.
Alright guys, remember the key to getting a perfect paint job is good preparation, alright? So you need to take your time, make sure you're sanding good, make sure the foundation is good, and you're gonna get a good paint job. So I'm gonna show you real quick what the bumper look like right now.
Everything is sanded. You want to have a matte finish like this, or a satin finish. You don't want to have any gloss to it, because that means the paint will not stick on good. You can see what it looks like. So this is good right now. I'm gonna clean it one more time with some alcohol, and then we're gonna throw some paint down. Okay guys, so the bumper is fully prepped, it's ready to get some paint, and I have paint in the gun. We're gonna start adding some paint. We're gonna get the first coat in this private area, hit the corners and the jambs, and then paint the whole bumper. So let's get to it. Alright guys, and just like that, this bumper is painted. As you can see, it looks excellent. It's still dry and very tacky, obviously. The repair went very smooth, no concerns. As you can see, this is the area of the damage, and it looks like nothing ever happened. So this is how you get it done if you're looking to do this. Very good for a home paint job. I cannot be any more happy than this. This was the area of the damage. You would never be able to tell anything happened there. So that is good.
Again, if you find this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, drop a comment, tell me what you think about the repair, and if you're gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.